Donna Edwards, your former colleague from Maryland, said earlier in our program that she was deeply suspicious that there was inside assistance in terms of helping these rioters find very hard to find rooms. Their offices that, as Jason Johnson has been explaining, the Capitol is a labyrinth. You know, the West Wing of the White House is small. You wouldn't have these questions about anything there. But the Capitol is very complicated, multiple floors, multiple buildings. Do you have concerns that that maps or instructions about where to go and how to get into the Speaker's office were shared with the rioters?
Well, I don't know, and I absolutely believe there needs to be a complete and comprehensive investigation. But one of the things that was very troubling to me is that they seem to come into the building in so many different directions. And so I do wonder whether or not they had assistance. Now, I wouldn't say that it was my Republican colleagues. Who knows? Jason raised the question of the police. I think all of those questions absolutely need to be investigated. But, you know, I mean, I know the way it works on the other side. Why weren't there police infiltrating the protesters? Jason mentioned internet traffic. But I tell you, if it's the other side, you know, you have undercover police officers that are a part of it.
Right.
This was instigated by the President of the United States. He has told us for months that he was going to do exactly what he did. And so it was inexcusable what happened here yesterday. A police force of 2,500 people were here. There should have been everybody, all hands on deck, should have been in force yesterday.
Well, and I have to say, Congresswoman, if you thought that you'd be in danger in the city that day, people whose job it is to protect cities and buildings and individuals like yourself obviously knew that there was a threat yesterday. We're glad that you're safe. Oh, go ahead, Tara.
Thank you. You know, I think, and I had a lot of conversations with random African Americans that I don't even know in D.C. over the last week, and I will tell you there was a sense of fear because this is viewed like a Klan rally, and they just had a rally about 3 weeks ago, and 4 people were stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm getting screamed at to leave, but this is an important point to end on. The D.C. mayor urged all of her citizens to stay home because of the threat being imported. Donald Trump has been emailing, and his campaign has been emailing and inviting people, and they flew in from parts unknown. And you're right, if it were a Black Lives Matter protest, frankly, in the years after 9/11, if it were any sort of protest against counter-terror policies, the CIA and the FBI, we would know exactly who these people were, where to find them, where they were staying. But yet, as I said earlier, it looked like a tailgate party. The rioters stood with no fear of being arrested, with no fear of their faces being... None of them had on masks to protect themselves or anyone else from COVID, and no one made any attempt to hide themselves from the police. Lots of questions, lots of suspicions. Congresswoman Karen Bass and Jason Johnson, thank you both so much for spending some time with us today.